From Storm Tracker 6, this is Forecast First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
What a beautiful start to the work week. Lots of sunshine, temperatures upper 70s and low 80s. We're beginning to cool things off now, however, in the upper 70s and mid 70s to the south. Across the state, temperature 70s and 80s to the north. Our satellite radar is showing some rain showers to the south. Those will be creeping north as we head into the overnight hours. Forecast-wise for tonight, it's going to be a lot warmer tonight than it was last night. You'll notice the humidity beginning to increase by tomorrow morning. Temperatures will only fall to the upper 50s to start the day. So we've got warm weather, humidity, and maybe some strong storms later this week. 6 News at 6 starts right now.
WLNS is here for you, celebrating 75 years of bringing you the news with 6 News at 6.
Washington and Beijing have reached a temporary deal to lower the massive tariffs on trade between the U.S. and China. It's our top story at 6. Thanks for joining us. I'm Siobhan Klepfer.
And I'm Jorma Duran. News of the tariff deal led to a rally on Wall Street and restarted trade, which had stalled between the world's two largest economies.
The agreement will last for 90 days, and during that time, both countries will lower their tariffs on the other by 115%. That means the U.S. tariff on Chinese goods will be 30%, and Chinese tariffs on American goods will only be 10%. Those numbers are still higher than they were before the trade war began, but the news is still a relief to companies on both sides of the Pacific.
Meanwhile, many Americans are wondering what's next after this temporary reduction was announced.
6 News reporter Zach Cruz spoke with supply chain experts, and he's here for you tonight with their reaction to the news and what consumers should expect to see. Zach?
Yes, some items might be back on the shelves soon, but experts warn that the future is still uncertain. And although things are headed in the right direction, some trades are still in trouble.
It's good news, but it's important for everybody to remember that these are still very, very, very high tariff rates on aggregate.
Professor Jason Miller specializes in supply chain studies at MSU. He says tariffs are still high, but not impossibly high.
There's a 30% minimum baseline tariff in place for almost all items from China. This is still very, very, very high tariffs, but essentially not the almost embargo level tariffs we were seeing previously. Toy importers will unpause their orders. Toys make very high margins, so with a 30% tariff, this will make sense. A lot of small electrical appliances that you need around your house.
Miller notes that some items are exempt from tariffs, while others are being taxed at a rate more than 30%. Some American sellers have reason to be excited with the latest news, but Miller says others may not be so lucky.
The one challenge is most of our soybean sales to China take place September, but especially October and November, because that's when the new harvest comes in. And so right now the issue is this 90-day pause will be up before that.
And as usual, the key for big business is?
Large companies really should be continuing to pursue a diversification strategy where maybe they still have some sourcing in China, but they're looking and seeking and working to diversify outside of China as well.
But others may not have that luxury.
A lot of small businesses are struggling because they don't have a lot of alternatives at the volume and scale that they're purchasing.
And Brooklyn Peterson says that she believes some sort of tariffs will continue in the long term. And she sees this current situation as the Trump administration attempting to wean American companies off of China dependency. Back to you.
Zach, thank you very much. A woman is killed over the weekend due to a motorcycle crash in Lenawee County.
Yeah, sheriff's deputies got that call around 11:30 that night.
It happened on Devil's Lake Highway just east of the border with Hillsdale County. According to investigators, a 34-year-old woman from Hillsdale was driving the motorcycle with a 36-year-old man as her passenger. She lost control, left the road, and hit a mailbox. The woman was declared dead at the scene. The passenger was taken to the hospital with serious injuries.
And there was a minor crash in Ingham County today involving some dangerous cargo. A pickup truck carrying a tank of anhydrous ammonia was hit from behind while traveling on M52 near Weberville. The tank ended up flipped over, but it did have safety measures to prevent the dangerous chemical from getting out. Officials say nobody was hurt and the crash was cleared up just after lunch.
3 people have been arrested in connection to a car theft ring in Livingston County. Authorities say 3 more are still on the run. The investigation started in March of last year when police in the village of Pinckney responded to the suspicious situation at the Pinckney Chrysler dealership before business hours. The officers saw new vehicles being driven out of the parking area. They managed to stop one of the cars. Police released the mugshots for the 3 suspects in custody. They are all men from Detroit between the ages of 20 and 24, and they are being held on bonds or $500,000 each.
Well, turning now to politics. Mike Duggan made headlines this year announcing that he was going to run for governor not as a Democrat but as an independent.
But now an unconfirmed report says he may be seeking a different job. President of the University of Michigan.
Our Capitol correspondent Tim Skubic has the details.
The now former University of Michigan president, Dr. Ono, left the Ann Arbor campus for Florida after a political dispute with the Democrats on the university board. With Dr. Ono out, is Detroit Mayor Mike Duggan, an independent candidate for governor, interested in the job? He says no, but over the weekend there was unconfirmed media speculation in the Detroit News about his interest in the U of M vacancy. Mr. Duggan is a graduate of the school. He is not bashful about his maize and blue loyalty, but the mayor's campaign was swift and direct in trying to swat down this speculation. Here are the quotes. "The rumors are complete and utter nonsense. He's had no conversation and will have no conversations about any other position. It is completely false." The media is reporting that Michigan Democrats are concerned about Mr. Duggan siphoning away votes from Democrats who are running for governor. And adding more intrigue to the story, unconfirmed speculation that millionaire Stephen Ross may be part of this alleged plot to get Mr. Duggan out of the governor's race. Pundit Bill Ballinger says he's heard that, but quickly adds this.
This could be just a wild rumor about Steve Ross's involvement, or whether there really has been a plot all along just to get Ono out so that they can move Duggan in. We don't know.
With Mr. Duggan asserting that he is in the governor's race to stay, Mr. Ballinger thinks he could actually use this alleged effort to get him out as another example of why he, Mr. Duggan, wants to change the current, quote, rotten political system.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he could do that. He could take what seemingly is a scenario right now to the bank and say, this system is rotten. There's too much partisanship.
Fairview in Lansing, Tim Skubic, 6 News.
Thank you, Tim. A famous face with a Lansing connection has passed away. Terry Brunk, known to professional wrestling fans by his stage name Sabu, has died at the age of 60. Brunk grew up in Lansing and even graduated from Sexton High School before entering professional wrestling in the 1980s to work with his uncle, Hall of Famer Ed Farrat, known as the Sheik. He had a long career in the industry with a retirement match held just last month.
This is Police Week, and communities around mid-Michigan are holding events to honor their law enforcement officers. And here's a live look at Leslie, where people will gather tonight at the gazebo on the corner of Armstrong and Bellevue to give thanks and honor those who wear the badge. The event starts at 6:30. It's free to attend, and there's no need to RSVP. Police Week was first started by President John F. Kennedy in 1962.
From Storm Tracker 6, this is Weather First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
Well, this weekend just spectacular with lots of sunshine, low humidity, plenty of outdoor time. We've got more on the way, but it's going to be kind of in between some scattered showers and thunderstorms. Our picks on 6 winner, Lauren. Oh, you're speaking my language. Out on the lake, enjoying a beautiful sunset. What a gorgeous picture. Love to see those this time of the year and anything outside. And I'd love to see more in our inbox. Just upload those at WLNS.com/share. Plenty of summertime weather on the way for us to take some great picks this summer. Severe weather outlook, no threat out there for today. No threat of severe storms tomorrow, though there might be a rumble of thunder tomorrow afternoon. Wednesday, that starts to change a bit. An upper level system starts to swing in from the west, so some severe storms well to our west, but it does move east, and so by Thursday, now we're in on it with the chance for some evening showers and storms, some of which can contain some damaging winds, large hail, and isolated tornadoes will be possible as well. In the meantime, however, it's just rain showers for tonight. Those are just beginning to creep north of the state line. Through tomorrow morning, cloud cover, scattered showers on the way. We'll have a break in the activity during the morning hours tomorrow, but then more afternoon showers and isolated thunderstorms may begin to roll through the area. Tuesday night and into Wednesday, the low pressure system is to our south, and that begins to spread a little more moisture to the north. So even a better chance we'll see some afternoon showers and storms for Wednesday, and that chance, of course, will grow into Thursday with our threat for stronger storms. Current temperatures still 82 in Owasso, 81 for St. John's, but you head further south, you run into thicker cloud cover and showers moving north of the state line, so mid-70s in Hillsdale. On the Skyview Network, McLaren Cam, cloud cover, temperature 81 degrees. Today's high 84. It felt summer-like outside. Pretty much the same thing in Grand Ledge with some cloud cover now spilling into the region. Temperatures at 82 degrees. Made it down to 45 this morning, so that was a really nice temperature turnaround from 45 to 84 this afternoon. Here's the view in Jackson. Clouds getting down a little bit thicker now. Temperatures down to 77 after a high of 80. In Hillsdale, we've got cloudy skies. Rainfall's not too far away. Temperatures down to 76 after a high of 80 and a morning low down to 45 degrees. For tonight, we'll see showers moving in. Overnight low temperature down to 59 degrees. For tomorrow, temperatures warm, but not as warm as today. We'll top out around 75 degrees with the threat for more showers in the area tomorrow afternoon. The 6-day forecast on Wednesday, a better chance for showers, and then on Thursday, the threat for some strong to severe storms. Rain chances will start to go down Friday afternoon. Weekend looks good. Highs, though, cool, 60s and 70s. More rain in the forecast next week and even cooler temperatures with highs in the mid-60s Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. But that should clear out and leave us with sunshine for next weekend, too.
I was going to say, like 2 weekends in a row, you're timing it very nicely, David.
That's what it's all about, the timing.
You know, I love that sunset pic because I haven't seen a sunset in like 7 years. So that was cool. Can't wait to start seeing them again.
Love it. Thank you, David.
All right, well, coming up, a fish not